It's almost New Year's Eve, and you know what that means.
Yes, making resolutions that you have absolutely no intentions of actually keeping.
No, appetizers and drinks to ring in the new year, of course.
Oh, right. And being stuck in Times Square without a bathroom to be found.
Ew.
What?
Welcome to Mom's Wooden Spoon, where the recipes are retro, and so are your hosts.
You can say that again.
Happy New Year's, everybody. I said Happy New Year's.
I know all of them. Happy for all of them, past and future.
Yes, indeed.
Gosh, Kristen, you're just all encompassing.
Oh my gosh.
Happy.
Yes, I am. Well, today's recipe came out December 27th, 1982.
Okay, since it's New Year, let me just mention that 1982 was over 40 years ago. We're old.
Yep. I was going to say something cute about what Mary wrote on the memo, and you're going to call us old.
Well,
this is a great way to start the new year.
Grab
Carrie.
your cane and tell us something cute, Kristen.
My back hurts.
I know.
All right.
Here, put some cream cheese on it.
Oh, cream cheese. That'll help. Yeah, we actually do have the cream cheese on our person today. Yeah, because I didn't get it out soon enough. And so I have bra cheese.
Yeah, I have waistband cheese. It's kind of in the area in which you'd get a steroid shot. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I think it's in her gluteal fold.
It is so not in my gluteal fold. I am merely warming one side at a time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just on a glute.
A glute.
This is really gross. People are not going to want to listen to this.
Happy New Year!
Mary said dips to do and cheese balls too for New Year's Eve.
Look at Mary and her little rhymey rhyme.
I love it. And we had 5 recipes to choose from on this.
We did a lot of, dips and
cheese balls. Yes. And of course, we chose the one with beer.
Yes. I'm so excited about this one.
Me too.
I was tasked with bringing the beer.
Yeah.
Like I was with the whiskey. And
that's right.
I just want to share that once again, I have gone above and beyond.
Oh, she certainly did.
I'm an overachiever, people.
Yeah. How many do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4,
7.
Woo! So not all of that will go into beer cheese balls.
No, it'll go into Carrie.
Yay! I think we should do a little taste test.
I think we should.
Yeah.
Are we going to do it right now?
Well, I think we need to at least look at them. I can't imagine that we need to open 7 and waste them. I think it only calls for 1/3 of a cup of beer.
Okay. Does it give any instructions on the kind of beer?
Not
warm.
Yeah, warm. I think we have to warm it up. I'm reaching over to look. Yeah.
She can't see because we're not old.
No. Hush, as our grandma would say. Wisht. Hold your wisht. 1/3 cup of beer warmed. That's all it says.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to mix this with cream cheese, cheddar cheese, and what, paprika? Is that
and paprika and a little fresh parsley.
Okay.
Which I have to chop.
So
it might have been Bud Light that she used because Bud Light came out in 1982 to great success.
Still great success.
Yeah.
We don't have any Bud Light.
No, we don't.
No, we have.
Okay. Yes.
A Yingling lager.
Nice.
A Mick Ultra. I will say that was Kristen's donation. We have a Guinness.
That's mean.
We have a Red Bridge, which we own. Specifically, shout out to my stepdad.
And mine too.
Just mine. And he has to eat gluten-free, and Red Bridge is a gluten-free beer.
Pretty cool.
So that's handy dandy.
Yep.
We have, I think this is called, I don't even know how to pronounce it, Lef. It's a blonde, and it's a Belgian ale.
Belgian ale?
It looks very fancy.
It does. I think I'm going to like that one.
And then we have a Hoegaarden. I'm going to start calling you that when you take me off. Hoegaarden. And we have a Corona.
Okay, not even a Corona Light?
No. So the question is how beery do we want this cheese?
Wow.
Because if we want the beer flavor,
yes,
we're going to need to do like a Guinness. That's going to add some really good beer.
True. And Guinness is in a lot of different things. They make a Guinness stew. and they make a Guinness bread.
They make a Guinness Book of World Records.
They do indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on all kinds of stuff.
It is. Yeah. It's also very, very tasty. And it's also good for your health. When I was in Ireland, I was not feeling well. I had jet lag. And everywhere we went, people tried to give me a Guinness. And the signs up all over Ireland are try a Guinness. It's good for you.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, it might make us feel better. Both of us have a touch of a cold. So.
Right.
I don't know.
Okay, so I feel like 7 is too many.
I agree.
So let's start by narrowing it down. Yeah. As much as I do want to call you a Hogarden, I feel like that's going to be kind of fruity and pretty nasty with cheese. Okay. So I feel like that's a good one to eliminate. Okay. Oop, clinkety. Okay, so now we're down to 6. Kristen, do you have one that you want to say no to?
Ooh, it's so tough. I don't think that I would mind wasting the Mick Ultra, to be honest.
You're right.
That's going to have probably the lightest beer flavor.
I'm afraid that the cheese is going to dominate and you're not going to get any
beer flavor.
Right, because it's, no offense, Michelob, it's kind of weak.
Yeah. Well, that's what our dad would say.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so let's take that one out. We have to choose, right?
Yeah. Well, and I think we should open, like, what do you think, 3 or 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we just need to get rid of one more. And I'm thinking the blonde, unless you want to try it. Or I don't care, really.
I was thinking get rid of the Corona, but I do like Corona. I would enjoy drinking a little bit of that today.
It doesn't taste all that different from, like, the Yingling, quite frankly.
Okay, so let's decide. Are we getting rid of Corona or Yingling?
Let's get rid of Corona. The Yingling's in a can. So we'll just do the bootleg can.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so we got it. So we have the Leffe. We have Redbridge. That would make this a completely gluten-free
meal.
That would be
dish.
Great.
It's not a meal. Don't eat this as a meal.
No, it would be a very bad meal. Well, it might be a very good meal.
I had pepperoni on crackers last night for dinner, so it was my night to cook.
Tasty.
So, you know what? Have it as a meal. I'm not judging.
All right, well, let's try this Yingling lager first and give it a little sippy
Yingling is tasty.
All right, that's the one in the can.
It is.
Going to expertly pour down the side.
Oh my gosh, that's so
just a little sippy sip, or do you want more?
Yeah. Okay. All
right.
You ready for Yingling?
Yep. Clinky.
All right, clinky.
And sippy.
And taste. I'll let you taste first so we don't all of a sudden have a big moment of silence.
Oh, no, that's good. That's just a light-ish beer flavor. It's good.
It is. Not a tremendous amount of beer flavor.
Yeah, I think that's tasty.
I drink the rest of that one.
That's good. All right. Well, why don't you decide which next one we're going to open?
Okay, so I feel like we need to go lightest to darkest.
Okay, so while you're opening this, Carrie, I did want to mention that 3 of the 5 recipes on this memo used jars of dried beef. Do you remember that in the 70s and 80s, dried beef?
Because we would have chipped beef on toast with peas. I didn't love that part. You got to down that beer there. All right. Now
that's
I'm
good.
pouring, so we're getting a lot more.
Getting a lot more.
Okay, so now we're trying the Leffe, if you know how to pronounce that. I don't even know that I've ever seen it before. It's Leffe. Leffe.
Leif Garrett? I don't know. Carrie did not pour down the side of the glass, and I have a head for ages here.
It's not that bad.
It's huge.
Okay, you deal with that.
I will clinky first.
Okay, I'll take the sip.
Carrie will take the sip. While I say I am shocked.
Yeah.
That Carrie did not want to do the zippy beef olive spread because of your love of saying olive.
I do love olives. Never.
No, she doesn't love olive. But I do want to ask Carrie, where did you get the idea for saying olive like that?
So I actually know.
Yes, I know you were saying this, but it was not on the recording. And so I thought people would really want to know because it's unusual.
I remember as a kid, we would read the Herdmans. There's a name for it.
The best Christmas pageant ever.
The best Christmas pageant ever. We would read it every Christmas.
It was so neat. We'd read it out as a family.
We would. And I loved it. And so then they came out with the movie.
That's right. And that was in the 80s. Loretta Swit played the mom. Hot Lips Houlihan played the mom.
She did. She did indeed. And I loved that movie. And there's a little girl in the movie who kind of narrates the whole thing.
Yeah.
And she would talk about the Herdmans.
Yeah.
And one of the Herdmans is named Ollie.
Oh, yes.
And she said, instead of calling him Ollie, she called him Ollie. And as a kid, I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
Isn't that funny what strikes our interest as a kid?
Yes. Ollie sounded so much cooler than Ollie.
Well, it really does. And very not Northwestern Ohio either.
Not at all. And
we'd say Ollie.
We would absolutely say Ollie. Make that sound as sharp as you can.
Ollie.
Yeah. So anyway, I started saying Ollie. And if you're saying Ollie, you also say olive.
That's right.
All right, Kristen, you haven't even tried your
No, because after you took a drink and your face puckered up.
Well, it's my bad because I went in with an expectation.
Okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right. So I'm going to take a sip of this and see if I pucker.
Oh.
Nope. Oh, no.
She did not go in with expectations.
There is an aftertaste. It's funky.
It's a blonde.
That's what blondes taste like?
I think, yeah. I don't like it.
Okay, no thanks.
Okay, so we're going to pour out the rest
We're literally dumping that sucker. Yeah. That's pretty bad. Sorry, El Jefe.
So
Lefe.
That's what I keep wanting to say. Okay, so next in the list is Redbridge.
Okay, I have never tried this. I always save it for people who have to do gluten-free.
Stepdad. My stepdad.
Yours. Yours only. While Carrie's doing that, I have been chopping up the fresh parsley.
She has been. She's been doing it real slow.
Real quiet.
To be real incognito.
Yeah, I was really trying to be incognito.
As she chops the parsley. So she didn't want to alarm anybody of her parsley chopping. And now she's just going.
I'm going to town,
forget
man.
it. I got this.
Everybody
think you'll
knows.
like the Redbridge.
You think?
Yeah, I had it once a while ago. And I was like, oh, that's not crappy.
I wonder what they use to make Redbridge.
I don't know. Let's see.
If it
says fermented sorghum.
Okay, sorghum.
I don't know what that is.
I think, isn't that what they use to make molasses?
Maybe. I've heard of it.
Okay. Well, let's give this a try. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
And clinky.
Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh. Yes, of course. We have to clink it. And I got to get my microphone out my face.
Yep.
Okay, you go first on this one. This smells way better. Okay. Okay, so far.
That's good.
Oh, that's tasty. I don't want to use it.
I don't want to use it either.
It kind of tastes like the Mick Ultra.
Yeah, it's kind of meh.
Yeah.
I actually prefer the Yingling so far.
So far, I'm with you. Okay, so Redbridge goes bye-bye. Okay. So last but not least, Guinness.
Okay. All right.
Once again, we have a minuscule sip of beer.
We do indeed.
All right, Clinky, I'll go first on this one.
Okay.
It's my turn. Oh, that smells dark and delicious.
Ooh, it does. And I think Guinness is kind of sweet and syrupy.
Okay, you go ahead.
Okay.
It is sweet and syrupy.
Oh, that's good.
I haven't had a Guinness in a long time.
That is just malty deliciousness. I think that will add delightfulness to this beer.
I could not agree more. Which is ironic because before we started, we were 100% like, man, it's going to be the Yingling or the Corona.
Yeah, a lighter one.
Yes. And then, no, that is going to be delicious. That was tasty. I'm going to finish my Guinness.
Okay, so we've let the cheese stand at room temperature for about an hour in our crotch area.
What?
Wait, in our gluteal fold area.
There you go. I have since removed the cream cheese, although I will let you know that my steroid shot area is still chilly.
Yeah, mine is kind of sticky from the cream cheese.
Stop.
We left it in the foil. That's why you guys are going to hear this. All right.
Now here, let me get the spatula and we'll scrape it out.
Okay, so we are going to put in 2 8-ounce packages of cream cheese, 12 ounces of shredded sharp cheddar, and then I have chopped some parsley. We're going to add a little bit of paprika, and then we have to warm the beer.
Yeah, I think that's odd. I'm going to take a sip of my beer.
Okay.
Oh, Yingling. Because I have some beer facts for you guys. I'll just kind of intersperse them randomly throughout the podcast so you can be wowed and amazed.
Whoa, over and over and over. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
So here you go. Beer is the 3rd most consumed drink in the world.
Really?
What do you think the first 2 are?
Water and wine.
Water is correct.
Okay.
And try again for number 2.
Kool-Aid.
What? No, tea.
Oh, of course. That makes sense.
Yeah. Water, tea, beer.
Water, tea, beer.
Yes.
Well, you know, it's very funny. I was just in Plymouth and I toured a replica of the Mayflower.
Oh, you were telling me the horrors.
Oh, my gosh. It was just horrible. And what I was told is that they had no fresh water on board because fresh water would get contaminated with bacteria.
Sure.
So they had beer.
Well, it's pretty much all they drank back then.
That's right, because water would get contaminated. Apparently, it was very weak beer. It was not the alcohol content of the beer that we have today.
Right.
But what I also found fascinating is that children would be weaned from their mothers and then directly onto beer.
Well, right, because if you just had them drink water, they would get bacteria and die.
Yeah. Isn't that just crazy?
Yeah.
It just blew my mind that there was no fresh water to drink.
Okay. So I Googled this recipe.
You Googled this recipe?
I do. I always Google the recipe because I like to see, is it something that's out there?
Yeah.
Does everybody see it?
Right.
Is it something that's still being made today? I couldn't find this one.
You couldn't?
No.
What? That seems so weird. This seems like something that people would have today. Even like Guinness would publish something like this,
Okay,
right?
so there is beer cheese. You can find beer cheese.
Yes.
Beer cheese is everywhere. There were beer cheese balls, but they were all very zippy.
What do you mean zippy? Did they have like horseradish in them or something?
Some of them had blue cheese in them, or Gruyere.
Gruyere. I love Gruyere.
Or they would include Worcestershire.
That was in a lot of the cheese balls I saw. That Worcestershire was a big.
Or spices other than just paprika.
Yeah, this is just paprika and fresh parsley.
Or bacon.
Ooh, bacon and beer.
There were a lot of things. So if you found a beer cheese ball, there was more to it.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't find a one that was basically cheese ball.
Yeah.
With some beer thrown in.
Oh, interesting.
Which I always kind of get excited about because it's not one that people are currently eating.
Yeah,
and
that's kind of fun. We can be special.
Is that good?
I don't know.
Are people not eating it anymore because it tastes so lousy?
Ooh, I hope not.
I don't know.
I guess we'll find out. I think it's going to be pretty good.
But
yes.
Beer cheese, I mentioned.
Oh, yes.
All over the internet. You can melt it. You can dip your pretzels in it.
I do love that.
Anyway, beer cheese, first time ever made, was in Clark County, Kentucky. In the 1930s.
Really?
Yes. It was at a bar.
Of course.
Shocker.
Yeah.
And the whole idea was to get guests to eat something that would make them want to drink more beer.
Oh, so just mix some beer with some cheese and it's going to make people go, num, 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 I like that taste. Give me more beer.
Pretty much. But they did not call it beer cheese.
Oh.
They called it snappy cheese.
You are kidding.
No.
Oh, that's going to be the name for this.
Snappy cheese balls.
Snappy cheese balls.
Oh, forget the cheese. Snappy balls.
Snappy balls.
Yes.
Yep, that's it. That's the recipe.
Balls.
Snappy balls.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's exciting.
And sometimes when people make cheese balls,
yes,
they make little individual serving balls.
I have heard of that. And
what?
They take the itty bitty little ball and they stick it on a pretzel stick.
Yes. Which is far too much cheese to pretzel ratio.
Oh, you are not kidding.
Yes. I saw some where they made the little balls. They probably coated them in chives or paprika or various things. So they were kind of red and green.
Oh, pretty.
And they put them in the shape of a Christmas tree.
Now that's cute.
You could lift your little ball and then take a little cracker. And for Easter, people made them look like little chicks.
Oh.
By putting shredded cheddar on the outside.
Oh, cute.
Yes. I saw some for Halloween. They made them look like ghosts by putting mozzarella on the outside.
Now that's clever.
And my absolute favorite, served on a Ritz cracker.
We know you love your Ritz.
4th of July.
Let me guess. A slice of Velveeta and some ketchup.
Close.
Okay.
What do you think they shaped the ball as for the 4th of July?
Firework.
No. Bald eagle.
What? I never would have guessed that.
With a cashew beak.
Now that's cute. Oh my God.
It was so cute. Little bald eagle cheese balls on a cracker.
That's hilarious.
It was awesome.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so it looks like we have to
drink beer,
beat together the cream cheese, the parsley, and the paprika until well blended, and then we'll just stir in the cheddar cheese. So we're going to take a break for a second. I'm going to take this over. We're going to beat the heck out of this. We'll be right back. Okay, we are all blended. I am going to go warm the beer. They say to warm it on the stove because the microwave will get hot spots.
And while Kristen does that, I'll drink my beer.
And add the cheese.
And I will totally add
12 ounces of shredded cheddar.
All right.
That's exactly what we have here. Well, you know, Carrie, I found the first recorded cheese ball recipe.
What?
Yeah, from 1944, apparently.
Interesting. Yep. So after beer cheese made its
Snappa cheese made its debut. Yep, 1944 in a cookbook called Food of My Friends by Virginia Stafford.
Oh, Virginia.
Yes. Well, do you remember one of our previous episodes? We talked about food critics and chefs coming up with wonderful ideas of what foods would be popular in the future.
I do.
And they came up with weird things like snails and caviar. And it was because they were catering to the rich.
Obvious.
Right? Well, Virginia had all rich friends. Apparently.
Oh, all right. Virginia and your bougie crowd.
She's so bougie. The book centers on entertaining in style during rationing during World War II.
Oh, that is key to ensure that your entertaining is top notch.
During rationing.
Yes.
Now, most of the recipes were from wealthy hostesses who were pulling out all the stops despite the war.
Oh, I mean, sure. We can't let little things like wars stop our bougie gatherings.
We cannot. And so the recipe was actually called caviar cheese ring.
Shut up.
Seriously. And they were perfectly okay with it because fish wasn't rationed.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like they were using rationed foods, for crying out loud.
No.
It had cream cheese, blue cheese, our favorite, Worcestershire sauce, which is in almost every cheese ball, except for ours, chives, and then the whole blooming thing was smothered in caviar from top to bottom. Somebody actually made it online.
What did they think?
They said that the blue cheese was too strong to even taste the caviar, so why waste it?
Oh, interesting. Blue cheese is like that.
It is. It's very, very strong.
Yeah. Well, it's nice in small doses, but not in big doses.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I like a little sprinkle here and there.
Sprinkle.
That's it.
Well, how are you mixed, Carrie? Is it pretty good?
It is, but this sucker is dry and clumpy. But we're about to add in some heated beer. It makes a really great noise as I squish it.
It does. Well, the beer is warm.
Yeah.
So here's the warm beer. Oh boy, that's a lot of liquid. 3rd cup?
That is.
Wow. Okay. I also found an article.
Yo, do tell.
About how cheese balls have been given a bad name in history.
Oh, they have?
Yeah, they really have.
I was unaware.
It's called Respect the Cheese Ball. It's the perfect party food. So according to the article, in the early 2000s, cheese balls tended to be associated with shag rugs, tinsel, symbols of middle class, middle brow.
That was us all the way, baby.
All the way. I thought that was rude.
Well, no caviar on this one. I am so sorry about the oogie googie sounds that you hear in the background. The beer is now, it kind of looks like a root beer float after the ice cream has melted.
It does.
It was that dark brown of the Guinness, and now it's kind of root beer float, but it makes just the worst noise. I'm so sorry.
Sticky wicket.
As
my goodness.
As I squish the beer into the cheese.
Before we added the beer, it looked beautiful and smelled delicious.
And the cream cheese was all white. Now it's dingy.
It is dingy. We did choose the darkest beer we could have possibly chosen. We will cover it all with almonds.
Yeah.
Okay, so it says sliced almonds toasted.
Okay.
So I'm going to work on that a little bit. I have a little pan. I'm going to do it in a pan on the stove.
Oh. Okay, so beer historically, Kristen, this is a good one.
Oh, more beer. Okay.
Yeah. Beer historically was only brewed by women.
Really?
They were called brewsters, much like our 80s girl Punky. Yes. And only very beautiful women were able to become brewsters.
What?
I don't know. I did not delve into it further, but I thought that was fascinating. Ugly ladies need not apply.
That's crazy.
Yes. Only the prettiest ladies. So apparently, if you were married to a brewster, good on you.
Good on you.
Yes, because she was a pretty lady. Wow. Okay, so something else fascinating about beer. Old Vikings, not new ones, just the old ones.
The old ones, yeah.
They believed that in their heaven, Valhalla, there was a giant goat whose udders provided an unlimited supply of beer.
What?
Okay, so first off, it'd be warm beer because it's coming out of goat. So you could mix it right on in with a cheese ball. It'd be ready to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
It would be ready to go. Holy moly, that's kind of
I thought that was weird.
Yeah.
And then along the same goat theme, which I found was so odd.
Oh, more goat.
In the 80s, when this recipe originated, a beer drinking goat was elected mayor of Lajitas, Texas.
What?
I don't know where Lajitas is. If you're from there, if you met the old goat, let me know.
That's wild.
Is that not hilarious?
Elected mayor.
Have I told you the Meryl Streep goat story?
I don't think so.
Okay, so this is fabulous. So I was watching, I don't know, like a late night show, and it had Meryl Streep. This was a while ago, and she was in a movie with other actors. The only one I remember was Jennifer Lawrence.
Okay.
And so on this late night talk show, there's Meryl Streep, obviously Jennifer Lawrence, and two other actors whom you know. I just don't remember who they were.
Yeah.
So they were asking, what's it like to work with Meryl Streep?
Oh.
And they're like, oh, it was amazing. Like, as a matter of fact, we just referred to her as the goat through the whole filming because we were just all so blown away.
Yeah.
To just even be in her presence. And Meryl, in typical Meryl fashion, she's like, yep, all these young actors and I'm the old goat. And they look at her and they're like, no, do you know what GOAT stands for? She's like, what? They're like, it's greatest of all time. The whole movie, and through the first part of selling the movie, she thought that they had been referring to her as an old goat.
Oh, no.
Here they're giving her like the best compliment they can. And she thought they were just making fun of her because she was old and she was totally fine with it. Isn't that hilarious? Well, she never asked. She just assumed.
Oh, no.
I know. If I didn't like Meryl Streep before, that story really...
That's so cute.
Is that not so cute?
They were calling her
The old goat. Here's all these youngins and the old goat.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. And she was just so okay about it.
Okay.
All right. I'm old.
Yes. All right. Can you read the directions and tell us what we need to do once these are toasted? I think they're going to need to cool because what we do not need to do is add heat to this sticky blob.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to do nothing at this point. We're going to cover and chill the mixture.
Oh, how long do we chill it?
An hour.
We chill it for an hour before rolling it in the nuts?
Yeah. Oh, and this is supposed to be a log shake. This is not even a bowl.
You can do either, it says.
It says with hands. Oh, into a ball or log.
I think we need to do 2 balls and a log.
It's 2 portions. Oh, you were thinking, oh.
It took her so long. I wouldn't have gotten it except she's looking at me with this look on her face, and the whole time she's doing
the dastardly dog laugh.
She's so proud of herself.
That's totally what we're doing, people. With a maraschino cherry on top. We're going to call it a candle.
Oh, it's going to be snappy. That's for sure. It's going to be a New Year candle. New Year's candle.
A New Year's candle.
Oh.
That's what we're making. Because Kristen said so. And I am totes fine with going on the fly. That's how I roll.
I think that's hilarious. You know how Meryl Streep didn't get the whole goat idea and Carrie didn't get what I was
It didn't take me as long as it did Meryl, but it still took me a minute.
That's funny. Now, I need your opinion here.
Those are not even remotely toasted.
They're not, but some of the ones that are getting toasted are getting kind of dark. So what do? Just stir, stir, stir? I'm afraid if I burn them, I don't have any leftovers.
Yeah, because we got to make sure that we have enough for our
2 balls and a log.
See what happens when you give Kristen beer? She goes off the rails, people. Off the rails. So, Kristen.
Yes, Carrie.
You need to mind your P's and Q's.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you know what that means, right?
Yeah.
Be appropriate for the situation, Kristen.
Yeah, but do you know where that came from?
It comes from pints and quarts.
What?
True. So when people would get rowdy at a bar, the bar owner would tell them to mind their pints and quarts.
Really?
Don't spill your beer.
Right.
And drunken fools.
Mind your P's and Q's.
Mind your P's and Q's. I thought that was really neat stuff that we say Because of beer.
Goes back to beer.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no.
Oh my gosh. Well, I am going to put plastic wrap over this.
Okay.
And move it into the fridge.
We're going to put it in the hour.
Put it in the hour.
We can put it in the fridge for an hour. And during that hour, guess what we're going to do? We're going to talk more about beer. We're going to drink the beer. We've got 4 open containers of beer in here. Oh, the molding is going to be epically fun.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
We'll see you back in an hour for our balsa log.
Okay, hey everybody. We are back with cheese. Lots of cheese.
It's a lot of cheese. This is make one big ball. You're going to be so sophomoric.
We are going to be so sophomoric.
Bring out your inner teenage boy and come on a journey with us here, people.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so 2 balls on a log.
2 balls on a log. I'm going to sprinkle some nuts on the bottom. I mean, what do you want to do? Just dig in?
She is. Kristen is just going for it.
I washed me hands.
All right.
All right, so we'll turn this into balls.
Yep.
Okay, cheese balls.
I am just going to sit back and allow Kristen to do her thing.
It's probably a good idea because your hands are going to get all gross, so you might as well just let me do the whole thing. Mm-hmm. That's going to be a very large candle. I think that's not a good idea.
I think it's perfect.
And I add a little bit. Well, we'll see. We'll see. All right, so why don't you start with this ball? I'll mold it into a ball. It's so sticky. I'll mold it into a ball shape. It smells yummy.
Yeah. So what do I do now?
You just need to press the almonds onto all sides of it.
So I remember, it might have been season 1, looking at 70s recipes.
Yeah.
They had a banana something candle.
Yes, yes.
And it was... I mean,
it was awful. There's no way to explain it other than saying that it was awful. They even put a drip of mayonnaise on the top to make it look like melting wax, and then a little teeny tiny sliver of a maraschino cherry to look like the burning wick. It did not look like a candle, and that's what we're making here today.
We're inspired.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're doing this. We didn't get fired before. We're getting fired now.
I mean, our father, I hope he's not listening.
Oh,
to this. He's going to be so disappointed.
So disappointed.
And feel free to write in with the jokes that we passed up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because there's no way we're catching them all. All right. So we have pretty. 2 beautiful balls.
Yep.
They're a little lopsided, but you know what? That happens.
That definitely happens.
I feel like we have found the new perfect way to celebrate a new year.
I really think so. Well, before we take beautiful pictures and finish this candle,
we have to dress it first, y'all.
Yes.
We are not heathens here.
I bought some kale to make it look extra 80s pretty.
So fancy.
Oh, it is so fancy.
It is such a beautiful candle, people.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, gosh. You are going to absolutely want to add this to your New Year's get-together.
Yeah, you are.
Nothing could scream New Year's more, I don't think.
I don't really think so.
Okay, so we do need to get the maraschino cherry on the top.
Oh, gosh. So it looks like a burning flame.
Oh, my gosh. Guys.
Oh, that's pretty. That looks so good.
I have never been more proud.
Yeah, I can't wait to try it. But before we try it, I did want to tell you that the top song this very day, December 27th, 1982, was Maneater by Hall Oates.
Oh, my gosh. No, you didn't just
Okay, people, I have made a grave error in judgment in saying the name of that song. So close to our delightful candle cheese balls.
Oh my gosh, I have never laughed so hard, y'all. I mean, Kristen's run into the bathroom, and I am laying on the floor. I fell, laid out.
Well, the funny thing is, I said the name of the song. It was a setup for something else I wanted to tell you all. So in my mind, I'm thinking of that. Carrie had gone around the corner and she comes back with this look on her face like, what the heck are you saying? And we both lost it.
We're going to have to go back and replay that.
Oh my gosh.
Because, we don't really know what happened. We have not listened.
No.
We're going to be cutting a lot of audio.
Probably me telling everybody that I wet my pants laughing.
Oh my God. She's like, pause it. But I'm laid out on the floor. I was laughing so hard at one point I thought, I'm going to have an aneurysm. Oh my gosh.
I've now changed my pants.
Y'all, I feel like we just need to move on.
Well, the whole point was kind of a cool one.
Okay, let's hear it.
It was to tell you guys that there is actually a hotline called Call Oates.
Call Oates.
You can still call it today.
Even though they hate each other?
Yep, even though they hate each other. They made it in the early 2000s. And you can call it, and then you have to push a number, and you can hear songs like Rich Girl, Private Eyes, or Maneater.
We should try it right now.
Should try
Get
it.
my phone. We're doing it. We're doing it, y'all. Okay, I'm putting us on speaker.
Okay, everybody, here's the number.
Oh my gosh.
719-266-2837.
Welcome to Hall Oates, your emergency Hall Oates helpline. To hear one-on-one, please press 1. To hear Rich Girl, please press 2. To hear Maneater, please press 3. To hear Private Eyes, please press 4.
Okay, so we're absolutely hitting 3.
This is awesome.
That's hilarious. I had no idea the intro was so flippin' long.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh.
Call Oates. So after you guys make this beer cheese ball shaped like a candle, you've got to call Oates.
Oh, okay, I'm stopping now.
We have made your New Year's celebration extra, extra special.
If you weren't planning on having a New Year's party, now's the time to start. It's a Maneater New Year's, people. OMG.
Oh, here she comes. Watch out, boys. She'll chew you
I'm
up.
getting out the crackers.
Okay.
All right, big crinkles.
Ooh, let's try this. Maneater Snazzy. What was the name of that other cheese?
Oh, yeah, it was Snappy Cheese.
So we're going to eat some snappy Maneater cheese. Yummy. Let's bring this over here.
OMG, y'all. So do we eat the balls or the candle?
Well, the balls, I think.
Perfect.
Oh, my gosh.
Holy crap. All right, I'm going first.
Ooh, it's very smooth. Oh, excuse me. Let's try it again. Ooh, it's very smooth.
It is. And so I got all the almonds. This just screams Happy New Year.
It really does. Tell you what, I was screaming just a couple minutes ago.
Holy cow, y'all.
Wow.
That was a workout.
My tum-tum hurts.
Yes, yeah.
I'm going to feel very good about eating this fat-laden cream cheese blob because
I'm gonna right now.
Had a good workout. Okay. Carrie's taking a yummy taste. Is it any good? Yeah, her mouth is full, but her head's shaking. Yes. From the little tastes I had before we even molded it into that beautiful candle shape, it was real tasty.
It's delightful.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know that you get a lot of beer. I'm really glad we used a dark one because I think if you didn't, you wouldn't get any beer flavor at all. It's very subtle beer flavor, but it's tasty cheese. It's very nice. Kristen popped both sides in her mouth, so I have to continue to talk with you.
I don't know why I did that. I was like, hey, we're amongst friends. They know all my issues. So hey, I'm just going to shove it in my mouth and you can keep talking. Oh, wow. That is delicious. That is delicious. Mm-hmm. I would make that in a heartbeat, even if you guys were too chicken to make a Maneater cheese candle.
It is such a nice looking candle, people.
Mm-hmm. It's very tasty.
I think, and maybe I'm working it, but I think you get a slight beer flavor. It's not much though.
No, it really isn't that much. So if you don't love beer, you wouldn't even have to add the beer, quite honestly, if you don't like the flavor.
Mm-hmm. It would just make the texture. It was a little less creamy and harder.
That's right. It really did add a nice softness to the cheese.
It did. But you could probably add a little milk if you, just.
Oh, that's true. too.
Yeah, if you didn't want that extra flavor.
Yeah, a little milk or a little mayonnaise, and then dribble a little mayonnaise on the top of the candle to make it look like melting wax. Yeah.
We've gone so far off the rails.
Oh my gosh. All right.
So proud of us.
Wow, me too. Well, that's it for this episode.
Woohoo!
I know. Thank you so much for joining our insanity.
And for staying till the end.
That's right. Happy New Year. Aren't you glad you did? Be sure to mark your calendars for our next episode on January 13th. We're going to be using up that leftover Velveeta from that spinach cheese casserole.
Yay!
Wow. You won't want to miss finding out just how we use it up. Let's just say that unusual is an understatement.
Great.
See you soon. Thanks for listening to Mom's Wooden Spoon. If you like what you heard, don't forget to subscribe. If you want a copy of this recipe or to see the pictures and other items from this episode, go to our website, momswoodenspoon.com. If you'd rather, check us out on Facebook or Instagram. Pick your poison. Don't say poison. We're making food. Maneater by Hall Oates.
Oh my gosh! Holy crap, I cannot believe you just said that. Oh no, you did. Oh my gosh.